Why are these figures being kept from us? Now, I can't get into too many financial technicalities about this problem or the issue I have with the way it is being reported to us here now in this video, but I will consider making another video to be able to explain in detail what the implications are and why I believe it is a political ploy. And the real hard facts are being kept from us by the current administration in order to be re-elected before they are actually revealed. I believe they should be held responsible for not giving the membership the complete and comprehensive information when they had the opportunity to do so. This is your chance to make them accountable with your vote in this upcoming election. Let me just quickly say that one of the worst and most painful chapters in the history of Local 353 finances concluded last year when ex-business manager Joe Fashion finally published a report in the local union newsletter informing that the Ontario Securities Commission had investigated and had come to a settlement regarding Retrocom Growth Fund. He published on the front page of the newsletter. I actually found it and started reading it yesterday. Kind of got me fired up again. Thanks, Joe. Brother Fashion bolded on the front page. 4 former executives of failed Retrocom Growth Fund Inc. have agreed to pay a total of $1.7 million in penalties and costs to settle allegations of wrongdoing in the management of the fund, including allegations they received large personal payments without the knowledge of the fund's board, being found guilty of improper actions related to that fund, and being made to pay money back, and other disciplinary government actions. For many years, Brother Fashion avoided questions from the local union floor and stated that he could not comment because the matter was before the courts. He was the CEO of Retrocom as well as the pension trustee for our pension plan, and advocated to members to participate in purchasing shares of Retrocom and also the investment of $30 million of our pension fund money. In the end, the entire investment was a loss, including approximately $60 million worth of union members' RRSP money, and also about $1 million more dollars from our various local union funds that was lent to Retrocom. At the time, Joe Fashion pushed the executive board to approve this loan, and I know one member in particular opposed it, but he was pressured by International Office to sign. This loan was made at a time, in my opinion, when it should have been obvious that it may not ever be recovered. I think that the single most important factor is being able to prevent such financial disasters is complete and transparent reporting of investment financial details to all concerned, especially the pension plan members. It is your pension money, and it is your pension and your retirement fund. In my opinion, brothers and sisters, Stephen Martin has not demonstrated any intent or ability to deviate from the established reporting methods employed by the trustees and the local union administration. He is, in my opinion, an appointed continuation of the Fashion administration. When I say one of the most painful financial chapters concluded, I must point out that it hasn't really yet concluded. Joe Fashion is employed at our union hall, making senior representatives' wages after being appointed by Stephen Martin. Shortly after, Joe Fashion recommended to the local 353 executive board to appoint Stephen Martin as business manager. Stephen Martin was the treasurer elected to his first term of office in 2008. And when he was chosen to run on the Joe Fashion election slate. Now, another of the key functions of the local union is representation of the members through appointed business representatives. And I might just get through this in one take. The business manager is empowered by the IBEW Constitution and local union bylaws to appoint any and all business representatives or assistants, including stewards. These shall work directly under his supervision and be subject to his authority. When elected business manager, I will immediately initiate a full review of all business representatives' positions paid by the local union and their salaries, and make the results available to you, the membership of Local 353. Any changes I make will be made in consideration of the best interest of the local union membership and of the service they are receiving for those salaries they pay to those appointed business representatives. One other important duty of the business managers, brothers and sisters, is organizing the local union jurisdiction and cooperating with the international president in that regard. I believe I understand those challenges very well and have worked with fellow organizers in the IBEW and other trades, and have been a leader in many successful campaigns to gain and maintain markets for our members and our contractors. I have had good relationships with all contractors, and I have dealt with in my experiences as an organizer and as a negotiator. And I have no doubt that I can work with all our contractors to increase and maintain a dominant union market share presence in Local 353's jurisdiction, and also maintain our standards and protect the journeyman and apprenticeship classifications from being undermined by our non-union competitors in the trade. I also want to state that we stand strong against those in our union that may have intentions to attempt to create subclasses that would in effect compete with the traditional licensed journeyman wireman and registered apprenticeship classifications in our local. I know that our market recovery programs are established to gain and maintain market share, and I will not fail to apply these monies to benefit the members. I understand that the original intent of those funds was to recover markets for the direct benefit of members on the out-of-work list. Monies from our Market Recovery and Stabilization Fund that help gain work for contractors should provide jobs for members on the out-of-work list. And members should be clearly informed about how their money is working for them. Members should also know exactly how this money is being spent and if this fund is being overspent. Excuse me one second. Currently, I believe we have not been properly informed about the actual status of the funds and they are in a large deficit position. I come by this knowledge by having attended a public hearing at the Ontario Labour Relations Board. Some of our business is public knowledge, but you and I, the members, have not been informed about key financial figures by the current administration that Stephen Martin has been appointed to be the head of. Stephen Martin told me that he is awaiting a mandate from the members to be able to take action. I replied to him that he has had 9 months to demonstrate to members what he will bring to the position. So far, we have seen some very impressive booklets featuring pictures and personal histories sent to our homes paid for by membership money. But there has been very little to demonstrate anything progressive of what a Stephen Martin administration is going to do different from the Joe Fashion administration. In my opinion, Steve has missed an opportunity to demonstrate his leadership by not taking any significant actions. He has not promised any improvement other than the reiteration of a Joe Fashion promise to implement a West End dispatch office. He made that promise a few months ago, but to my knowledge has yet to fulfill it. I want to take this opportunity to discuss openly my concerns with a program introduced by Joe Fashion in June 2010 called the Internationally Trained Bridging Program. This program proposed signing licensed electricians to special contracts that would allow them to work for our contractors at a reduced rate of pay that was far less than a journeyman makes under the collective agreement. This action in effect undermined our own collective agreement and created competition for JWs within our own union. The proposed approach was to dispatch ITEs, as they've been known to be called, on a one-to-one basis, similar to name hire, according to Joe Fashion's article in the August Local 353 newsletter. Steve Martin announced at the March 2011 union meeting that the program was being shelved because the contractors were not really embracing it and not using the ITEs as expected. He also stated he believed it was absolutely the right thing to do. Since that time, I've heard several appointed Local 353 business reps saying that the ITE program was canceled. I believe there's a distinct difference between shelved and canceled. If Stephen Martin meant to say canceled, then why didn't he? I believe that Brother Martin should be very clear with the members about his intentions regarding cut-rate journeymen in Local 353. Joe Fashion was questioned as to what authority he was implementing a program that undermined our collective agreement. To this, To this he responded that it was within his power as the business manager to implement this program as a part of the market recovery program. I question that action, and I do not agree that any business manager should be able to change or undermine the collective agreement in any way without the vote or consent of the local union membership.